word champion is used all too frequently in boxing these days, but it applies in every sense of the word to Phoenix's favorite son, Michael Carbajal. Hard work in a Spartan atmosphere and the will to win have helped lift Michael to Olympic glory and a professional world championship. But it has never taken him away from the community he grew up in or the strong family ties that so clearly define him as a man. You know this Michael Carbajal, the exciting champion. Well, stay with us for the next 30 minutes and you'll see the rest of his story. Michael Carbajal, Little Hands of Stone. Welcome to Phoenix, Arizona, the home of Michael Carbajal. And welcome to our special, Michael Carbajal, Little Hands of Stone. Hi, everybody, I'm Al Bernstein. Delighted you could join us this evening. This arena, the America West Arena, will be the site of Michael Carbajal's next title defense. He'll put his WBC and IBF titles on the line on October 30th when he takes on Domingo Sosa in a pay-per-view event. Well, Michael Carbajal presents, I think, one of the most fascinating stories in boxing. His roots are deep here in the city of Phoenix, and tonight in the next half hour, we're going to take a look at this young man, his boxing history, and literally where he came from. And let's start out now by checking out the background of Michael Carbajal.
I lived here all my life, so it's just a normal thing, you know. I like it around here. It's the neighborhood, and I just love it here.
Growing up in a large family, the Carbajal clan always looked to one another for support.
We all lived in this house at one time, and I got 5 brothers and 3 sisters, and we had 3 bedrooms, and we all lived here, and it was all the time. There's always people that say, didn't you guys fight a lot? You know, fight for food or this and that, this and that. You know, the whole normal story of a big family. But it was never like that with us. If we ever got into a fight or an argument or something, my mom would put us in our place.
The love of his family and fans helps Michael deal with the recent death of his father, Manuel.
That's what keeps me going. Is I want everything, you know, right for my kids, and you know, my kids are 3, 2, and 1 years old, and I have another daughter who's 9 years old, and it just keeps me going and motivates me, and because I want everything right for them, and I want things that I didn't have when I was a kid for them. So it goes along, you know, with something that you want your kids to grow up, you know, in a good lifestyle, and you want more for them than what you have for yourself.
Well, now that you know a little bit more about Michael Carbajal's background and you know a little bit more about Michael Carbajal, the person, when we come back, we're going to show you Carbajal, the champion, the young man who has electrified boxing fans around the world, both as an amateur and as a pro.
That was, you know, for the world championship, and he just had it there. It just stays in my heart and stays to where hey, this is the day I became world champion.
Señoras y señores, el hombre con manitas de piedra, Michael Carbajal.
I've always bugged my father that I wanted to, you know, fight since I was about 6, 7 years old, and, you know, I just kept going and going, but they just told me to wait till I get older. And, you know, Danny had the little gym in his backyard where he had the bag, the speed bag. He had trained my other brother, Alex, you know, for a little while. And then just one day he came up to me and just started training me. And from there on, he seen that all the dedication was there and just kept it going from there on.
The very first fight he had, we went to Tucson, and he fought this one kid who's already had a lot of experience. He lost the fight, but he showed in the third round, he connected the guy with the right hand, and without any kind of, you know, having to think about it, he just, no style or nothing, he just ran after him, just started throwing. I said, oh, there, it's there. You know, he knows when he's got the opponent in trouble and what to do with it.
My father taught me all the basics. He used to have us all, you know, learn how to throw the right hand, how to throw a hook, how to throw a jab, and that's where it all began.
After '84, I think it was, we started to think about if he's going to go to the Olympics, then he's going to have to change. He's going to have to change the style from trying to pick his shots and do the more damage. He's going to have to be able to box a little more, throw a lot more punches, and just score instead of standing there and trying to bang with anybody.
A controversial decision ended the 1988 Summer Games for Michael Carbajal. He would go back to Phoenix with a medal, but it was a silver, not a gold. Still, his real dream was about to begin.
I thought I wanted to fight, but, you know, I was very happy that I made it to the finals, you know. I was not disappointed that I lost. You know, it's just something that happened. And, you know, ever since I started, I always said, I'm going to be a world champion one day.
Personal debut. He's a silver medal winner from the 1988 Olympic Games. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Carbajal.
What was going through your mind when he got nailed in that first round by Grigsby?
I wasn't surprised or concerned about it because I've always known that Michael can take a shot because he's always been giving up weight. He's always underweight, and he's fought guys that have always overpowered him, but they haven't done anything to him.
I was very excited about my professional debut being on the undercard of Roberto Duran. He's my idol, and it was just a lot of excitement, and I think that was just a great fight for me because from there on I already knew what to expect, and I just came up.
After only 14 pro fights, Michael already notched an NABF title, and he was ready to move on to a world crown. This time, he would strike gold.
He went in there and he stayed calm like as always. And Muang Thai was he had the best jab that I've seen even to now. And Michael showed, you know, hey, I'm gonna outthink him, and I'm gonna outsmart him, and I'm gonna beat him.
Once I'm relaxed and I know I'm in good condition, I feel there's no one that can beat me. And to this day, I still think that that fight with Kitty Casey was my best performance. Going to the body-wise, doing everything in that fight, it was just unbelievable fight for me. I think it just stands out in my mind because that was, you know, for the World Championship, and it just had it there. It just stays in my heart and stays to where hey, this is the day I became a world champion.
And so Michael Carbajal had won his world championship, but hanging on to it, well, that was another matter. When we come back, we'll take a look at the reign of Michael Carbajal. It was a little bumpy, but exciting.
Virtually every punch landing for Michael Carbajal. Another double right hand. Preston refuses to go down. Now he goes down. He swung and missed. The Shooting Stars, Saturday, October 30th on pay-per-view.
undefeated Michael Carbajal puts his IBF and WBC light flyweight championship on the line against Domingo Sosa. Oscar de la Hoya continues his climb in the junior lightweight division. Plus, veteran Lupe Aquino squares off against Verno Phillips for the super welterweight crown. See it live on pay-per-view. Call your local cable operator.
Michael Carbajal, the champion, started out his reign in fine fashion, winning and winning big.
And once again, 3 body shots put Gonzalez down.
Oh, and a nifty little right hand. That's another nice did a bit more. And they're really flat. Macario Santos. He may be done for the evening. He is. He's not getting up. Michael Carbajal with a left hand.
Michael ran into some different fighting styles and some good, if not well-known, opponents. And he won several fights by decision. People started to question his defense and his power. And Michael decided it was time to prove them wrong. Robinson Cuesta would pay the price.
That was a fight too where I was very motivated and to show the people that I was the same all the time.
But all this criticism finally hit, and he took it out on Cuesta.
I thought that I was getting written off, so I just came back a little more motivated.
Taking tremendous punches from Carbajal. Another good right hand. And another. Virtually every punch landing for Michael Carbajal. Another double right hand. Cuesta refuses to go down. Now he goes down. He swung and missed.
Can you believe he's getting up practically? Oh my God. I've never seen anything quite like this.
His eyes are glazed. He nods his head. He wants to continue. That's it. It's over.
Good idea.
I know that when I get in the ring, everybody's going to be ready and set to beat me. And, you know, I always expect a tough fight. And going into the Gonzalez fight, that was a fight that I've been waiting for a very long time because beforehand, there was a lot of people that were saying that Gonzalez, you know, would knock me out, that he's a better fighter, that he's too strong for me. And that's something that I wanted to prove, that it wasn't going to happen.
I expect a tough, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions here? Any questions here? Let's get it on.
When he got dropped and he came back, I said, "You all right?" He said, "Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it." I said, "All right, good." The second time he got dropped, I was telling him, "Hey, look at me. Talk to me. Are you okay?" And he said, "Don't ask me." I said, "No, hey, I have to ask you that. Look at me so I can..." And then I knew that he was okay.
And I think I was hurt for a good another 10 seconds after I got up. But right after that, it was just like a certain surge just came.
So Michael redeemed himself with the fans and the critics as he disposed of Gonzalez in what many call one of the great fights of the decade. Michael Carbajal showed he has what it takes to be a champion. When we return, we'll show you where it all starts, right in his backyard.
Carbajal he's got something special. He's just one. It's like I always say, when the good Lord passed out the credentials, he gave some folks great talent, no character. He gave some folks great character, not much talent. Mumbo Mancini had great character. He didn't have a lot of talent, but he had great character. Other fighters have got great talent, not much character. A guy like Ray Leonard, he had it all. Marvin Hagler, he had it all. Alexis Arguello, he had it all. A guy like Carbajal, got great talent, got great character. He's got it all.
the Big Bang. Some believe the sound can still be heard rumbling through space. Now, get ready for the Echo. Bo versus Holyfield in a rematch of one of the greatest fights ever. Bo owns the title. Holyfield wants it back. Repeat or revenge. Live from Caesar's Palace. Available only on pay-per-view. Call your local cable operator to order. Brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Well, all the successes that you saw in the ring that Michael Carbajal had started here, didn't they, Michael? Right here in your backyard where you learned how to box, literally in this ring.
This is where everything started. My whole career started way from the beginning, and winning the world championship out of this backyard.
And nothing fancy, just the basics, right?
Yep, all it does is, all you need is hard work and a lot of dedication, and you don't need any fancy stuff, and hey, it just proves it here.
And the sparring partners, they come over, get done sparring, they can go inside the house for some lemonade if they have to.
Yes, yes.
Well, while you learned a lot of boxing here, you learned how to fight on the inside. Show the way where we're going to see your own dungeon here, if you will.
Yes, this is the famous Carbajal's 9th Street Gym, and here's where everything started from our first ring, which is probably about 10 by 10 or something like that, and here's where I learned all the inside fighting. There's no way you can move.
You can't run, you can't hide here.
Right.
Literally working off the ropes, working on the inside, and that is something that you've done so well as a pro. It's made you very tough.
And I give credit to this little ring that was built by Danny, this whole thing that was built by Danny, and he's helped me out quite a bit.
And what people don't realize, it's warm in here right now, and it's not that hot out. In the summer, it had to be sweltering.
Oh, yes, very, very hot. I would wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and come back here during the day. And now I get it a little bit more convenient where I can go up to the new gym.
Michael, this is Carbajal's 9th Street Gym. This is a project that you started to give something back to the community, a chance to make things a little easier for these youngsters, give them some advantages maybe you didn't have when you were starting out.
Right. This is something that we thought about since after the Olympics, and the main thing was to keep the kids off the streets, and I think, you know, I was thinking about that because the boxing, and when I trained in the backyard, it kept me away from the streets and kept me off the trouble.
And this place is going to function not just as a boxing center, but more of a community center. A lot of activities here.
Yes, they're going to have different activities, and I think it's going to be even better with different activities for the kids because they'll always have something to do, and it's going to turn out to be a great facility.
Kind of a legacy for you, and they're already having fun here, so the fun has already begun.
Yes, it has, and there hasn't anything even been started yet, so you know, you see all the kids here, and it just feels great to see them and having fun, and later on when everything, you know, gets settled down and everything starts working out, then I think these kids are going to have a great time, and the main thing is keep them off the streets.
So as Michael Carbajal gets ready for his October 30th date with Domingo Sosa, chance here to visit with Michael and get his thoughts on that fight, as well as some other things. This particular fight is interesting because, as always, they bring a guy to you in Domingo Sosa who is very good, even if everybody doesn't know it.
Right. He's a pretty good boxer. I think it's going to be a tough fight. He went 12 hard rounds with Chiquito Gonzalez. So, you know, I expect a tough fight, and hopefully everybody comes out and supports. It's going to be, you know, at the America West, right in my neighborhood. So it's going to be a very exciting night for me. I'll be very motivated.
Fighting in America West Arena, this is the second time you'd be defending your crown there. It seems to give you extra motivation and extra spirit, if you will.
Yes, it does. I think it's mainly because it's right here in the neighborhood. It's just a few blocks from the house, and it just something about the neighborhood that just brings out a whole lot more in me.
How do you think boxing experts and boxing pundits in the future are going to look at Michael Carbajal when they look at your career?
I think they're going to be saying that I was a very exciting fighter, and that you know, I brought the little weights up and got everybody to know, you know, to look at the smaller weight classes, and it's just something that I always you know, thought about, and it's something that when I first thought that Paul Gonzalez was going to do. And unfortunately, that didn't happen, and I was the person to do it.
What goals do you still have in the world of boxing? What goals have you set for yourself?
I want to move up in weight class later on in the future, up to 112 pounds, maybe 115 pounds, and win at least 3 world titles.
When you look at all these accomplishments and look at what you've done, the man that motivated you to do it and got you there, your dad who passed away recently, has it been hard coping with his loss?
Yes, it has. You know, it's been very hard because it happened so suddenly. And, but I also look at it as it's going to make me a whole lot stronger. It's going to make the family a whole lot stronger. And we always know that he's going to be there, so it gives me a whole lot of inspiration. Because even when I'm working out, you know, since my dad passed away, you know, I feel this certain surge that motivates me if I'm hitting the bag or when I'm sparring. It just seems like I just get this extra energy inside me because I have the feeling that he's right there, and you know, I think it's gonna help out a whole great deal. But it's been very difficult, but and then in ways it's been where he's gonna, you know, just fill me with so much energy that there's no way that you can be able to stop.
The winner by TKO, the first 1988 Olympic medalist to win a world title from Phoenix, Arizona, Las Benitas de Piedra, Michael Carbajal.
It was something else, you know. I could see my father. I could see, you know, how happy he was. I could see, you know, he never showed any emotion. When I watched that tape, my father is always relaxed. I watched the tape, and I can see him just shaking. All right, Michael. From there on, everything it was the happiest time of my life, I believe. And I think I just made him the happiest in the world right there, because I think that was something that he wanted.
As you've seen, the story of Michael Carbajal is as much a story of family and values as it is of boxing. But it's his remarkable boxing skill that focuses our attention on this extraordinary young man. And attention will be focused on him again on October 30th, when in this arena he'll defend his crown against Domingo Sosa in a special pay-per-view event. Also on that card, by the way, will be Oscar De La Hoya, the Olympic champion, against Narciso Valenzuela, and a WBO Junior Middleweight Championship match between Verno Phillips and Lupe Aquino. So we hope you'll enjoy that one on October 30th, just as we hope you've enjoyed this show, Michael Carbajal, The Little Hands of Stone. I'm Al Bernstein. I'll see you next time.